Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Scott Theirl. I'm a board-certified chiropractic neurologist who's been in private practice since 2000. And I'm here to tell you that after 20 years of private practice and having done all types of integrative testing since 2004, really, I got some things to share with you about insomnia. So insomnia is one of my favorite topics because when you actually get to help patients change the way they sleep, you change their life forever, right? I mean, you can improve mood, you can improve attention, you can improve digestion, you can improve immune system, relationships improve, you name it. Get somebody sleeping better, you will change their life. So insomnia is always one of my favorite topics to teach other practitioners about because I think there's so much that can be done from a biochemical perspective. And when you start to look at neurotransmitter tests and you start to look at cortisol and melatonin as some additional hormone tests, and you do these tests at the time of day when patients are having a tough time sleeping, either before they go to bed if they're having a tough time falling asleep, or in the middle of the night if they're having a tough time staying asleep, you can do all kinds of fun things to support them nutritionally and supplementally to get them up and fuel their little nervous system and stress hormone system so that it's not in massive fight or flight mode, and or so that the inhibitory calming side of the nervous system isn't running on fumes. So we're going to teach you 5 common patterns that I have seen with insomnia patients over the last 2 decades, and I want you to be familiar with those. I want you to be familiar with the tests and when to do them. I want you to be familiar with how to interpret them, and then talk about some of the various nutritional supplements that we might use to support these patients in refueling themselves. I really do think that's the best way to describe it to the general population is how do you refuel your fuel tanks? You know, each hormone and each neurotransmitter is a fuel tank. Whether it's thyroid hormones, whether it's sex hormones, whether it's stress hormones, or whether it's neurotransmitters, they're all fuel for our nervous system, our endocrine system, and somewhat our immune system. And so if some of these fuel tanks are running low, we need to figure out how to fuel you back up. And in this case, it'll be specific for sleep and sleep patterns and insomnia so that you can start there with the patients that are rolling in saying, oh my gosh, if we could just get me sleeping, I know everything will be so much better. That's my primary complaint. Focus on insomnia. This is probably the course for you. So thanks for tuning in. Feel free to sign up now and we'll let you know. You'll see on the website when the actual classes will be opening. So that's exciting. I want to thank you for your time. I want to congratulate you for finding clinical thinking CAP courses and finding integrative medicine and learning some of these basic core concepts. My passion and my excitement for teaching these is that if I think in under 2 hours we can teach you to be pretty comfortable with protocols and programs for assessing various insomnia patients and help you have these conversations in your practice so that now when someone does walk in saying, oh, I'm having a hard time with sleeping, you can get specific and actually paint a nice specific roadmap for that patient on how best to help them. So thank you so much. Connect with us on social media if you're on social media. Follow us on YouTube if you like to see how I describe various neurotransmitter and hormone testing from a patient perspective. That's kind of fun. And if you're not ready to actually jump into the insomnia course, by all means, take advantage of the 3-part mini-series on Neurotransmitters 101. That is completely free and complimentary. Each video is about 15 minutes long. We jump into everything from serotonin to dopamine to norepinephrine to epinephrine to glutamate, and a couple of my basic core, just general concepts on how I like to teach and why I think this stuff is so important. So you'll get a sense for who I am and how I like to do things, and you can see if it resonates with you or not. And again, that's completely complimentary. The other neat thing about that 3-part mini-series is that it's housed on our online learning platform, so that by the time you're done with that 3-part mini-series, you'll be comfortable with the software that's involved in the rest of the clinical thinking CAP courses. So that's nice too, because it really is very easy to use, very motivating with how it walks you through the various lessons and keeps track of everything, and easy to interact with other students as well as myself as the instructor. So on behalf of myself and clinical thinking CAP courses, I wish you your very best brain, your very best body, your very best practice, and let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. Take care.